Hello lovely people, welcome to the concluding part of our introduction to graphic design with contemporary tools. My name is Micah Kati and I'll be your tutor. So once again, I want to do a quick recap. This is not a very intensive, or should I say complete, training on how to become a graphic designer. This course is designed mainly for people that do graphic design casually or want a more gentle approach to start with graphic design. So it's relaxed, we don't go too much in detail, and we look at tools that just make life easy overall. You might be a business owner or a student who just needs some small knowledge of graphic design to get by, and this course is ideal for you. So in the previous video, we looked at certain basic considerations in graphic design, and in this one, we're going to look at some tools and platforms and how they help, and then we'll look at some practical examples, and then we'll look at how you can level up your graphic design. So because this is a very practical lesson, we're going to jump straight into it. So I've categorized the platforms or the tools. Now, one thing you need to understand is for this course, all the platforms you're using are web-based. The reason is that you'd be able to run them on so many different types of computers without having to worry if your computer would work well with that platform or tool or not. So we have two platforms we'd look at that can be used for designing, and the rest of the platforms would be places where you can find resources to use for your designs. So we'll start with the places to find resources. The first one is Pixabay, which is a good place to find stock images. You might be doing a design that will require you to use an image or a video. You can come here, filter by what you want, or even music or sound effects. And then let's say you're looking for a happy lady. You do a search and you should get some results, and then you can pick from what you want or what suits your design, download it, and then utilize it. Most of these images here are free to use. When they are not free to use, as stated here, you would know or it would be mentioned. You could also find videos over here to use for your projects. So you could browse through or search by keyword. They are all available for you. The next platform we'll look at is pexels.com, Pexels.com. Very useful for finding images for your design. You could go with the examples here. The Ramadan is coming up. You could search by that keyword and find images relating to what you want to design. You could click on it. It's taking a while to load. My internet is a bit slow today. Okay, that's taking a while to load, but yes, so here you can click to download by the size you want or put in your custom size, and then hit download here and you're good to go. Another platform that is quite useful, let me download one of these images. So let's download, let's go back to the home page. Let's look for smiling lady. While that's loading, another platform that's quite useful for graphic designers is remove.bg. Now you could easily do this in Photoshop and other software, but I feel like this makes it very easy to quickly remove backgrounds from images and then work with those images. All you need to do is to upload your image, wait for it, and in a few seconds it processes it and you have your image without the background. Okay, I'm gonna pick from here. This is downloading. I'll pick one of these images. I'll pick this, go to free download, go for the smallest size, download selected size. That should download shortly. All right, allow. That should download. Then I'll come here to remove background. upload image. Sorry about my dog. Upload image, find the image, select, and there you go. You have an image without the background and you can download. Usually to download it in HD you'd need an account, but you could easily just download, and there you have your image without the background. The next platform is freepik.com. This is a very large repository of files ranging from vector files to photos to Photoshop documents that you can use. So for a small business owner, for instance, who just wants a simple business card to work on, you could easily come here, search for business card, wait for the options to load, pick something that aligns with your brand or aligns with what you want to achieve, or something that catches your eye. Just wait for this to load. My internet is a bit slow today. So let's say I want this. I could easily select it, hit download, free download, and then I can easily edit that in, let's say, Adobe Illustrator, or even in sometimes you can even upload it back in Canva and make your changes from there. So I love Freepik a lot. They have all types of content. You could go for icons, you could go for social media icons. Let's see, social media icons. They have everything there, a lot of them free to use with, so long as you credit the author. So many things for you to get from Freepik, including even Photoshop documents. So that's one place I really recommend visiting often. So now we're going to move into practical examples and platforms where you can actually do some graphic design work. So first of all, before you get into any form of design work, you want to have an idea of what you want to accomplish. So maybe you want to design a flyer, you want to design a poster, a logo, or a business card. Once you know what you want to design, usually if you're doing it casually, you need, or you might want some form of inspiration. And a good place to get inspiration is Behance.net, because there's a lot of designers on there. Alternatively, you could just go on Instagram, search the hashtag for some of the things you want and get inspiration from there. So in this case, let's say I want to do a logo. I come on here, I search for logo. I'll have a number of suggestions here. Let me reload this. Take a while. My internet is a bit slow today. Sorry about that. Under logo, let me search again. Let's look for images. So this is just a place to just inspire you, to give you an idea, because all the people here are professionals, and you don't need to be a professional to sometimes recreate logos that are of high quality. You just need to learn from what those that are already very good at it do, and then try to replicate similar thing. Okay, while this is loading, I'll show you the other platform. Now the other platform is called Photopea. Now this is a very great alternative to Photoshop, because Photoshop is a paid tool. This is a great alternative that is completely free, lives on your browser. You can do so many things with it. So once you go to photopea.com, just click on new project. You can set the dimensions of what you want to create. There's templates here for event flyer. If you want to do something for your mobile phone, there's templates here. You can select, browse through the starting templates, pick something you want to work with, and you have it here. And then you can start making your changes to it. Just like every other platform, you have tools which you can use to effect changes. So you have to, whenever you see this dot next to any of these tools, that means there's additional options hidden behind it. So you can click and hold down to access those additional options. In this case, I'll leave you to explore a bit with this platform. But let's say I wanted to use the background eraser tool. So I select this, and then I can, let me go with the eraser tool itself, and I can use the big bracket to increase the size. And then I could, let me make sure I'm on the right layer, the background layer. Okay, the ghost is on a different layer, so I'm now on the ghost layer. Okay, let's delete it all together. Delete this, and the ghost layer is gone. And you can go ahead and do almost everything you could do in Photoshop on here. You know, you could add images, you could go to File, Import, and then add images, or open and then add images on here. Yeah, so almost everything you could do in Photoshop you can do on here. Now, because this is not a detailed tutorial on how this works, I would suggest that you watch a few more videos, or I could subsequently do detailed videos on how to use this particular tool. But the main thing that I would want to focus on today is using a platform called Canva. Now, let's use a practical example. Say you want to design a logo. Come to canva.com, create an account, and then just come to the home page. And then let's start with the templates Canva has to offer. So we search for logo. Now we're given options as to some examples of logos. So what you want to do is you can browse or filter. So I like to filter by minimalist logo. So let's say I'm doing a logo for a clothing brand, or okay, let's say I want something like this, a very classy logo. I'm going to click on it. It's going to load up. Once again, apologies for how slow my internet is today. So once you're here, you might be limited to the number of things you can do on the free version of Canva, but obviously there's a lot you can do with it though. So for instance, in this case, the background is a premium background which I can't use. All you have to do is to click on it, hit delete on your computer or backspace, and that is gone. Oftentimes you'd want to start your logos with at least your basic two-tone black and white to see how it looks. So in this case, let's say the name of the brand that I want to go with is, let's say, let me use my name. I just double click in there and automatically that's updated. I come here, double click, click here, change this to an M. Change this to an A. And now I feel like this doesn't look very good. So what I can do is I can scrap this all together, delete this all together, and then leave this here and then start afresh. So I could just do my first name. I'll make this wide a bit. I'm trying to keep the tutorial as short as possible. So I could, if you want additional videos on this, kindly let me know so that I do that for you. And then drag it to the middle and maybe make this a little bit smaller. Now the thing I like about Canva is you have a lot of tools to play around with. So you can rename this, and once you're done, if you're happy with the result, of course not all logos will look like this. There are other logos where click to add new page. Other logos where you might want to have like an icon, right? So you can select this for instance. And then let's say I don't want to use this particular, let me ungroup. So right click on this to ungroup, and I want to replace this. So simply click on it, click delete, undo, Control Z to undo, click on this, and then click this delete rather. Then come here to elements, search for tooth, and pick what works for you. Maybe this works. Put it here. You want to position it in the middle, so you select here, center, middle. Okay, that's fine. Change the colors. You can change this to the previous color, and there you go. You're already on your way to a new logo. So those are some of the things you could do. And once you're done, you come to share, download. You are normally limited as to the maximum file size on the free version, but if you have to do some intensive work, you can sign up for a subscription or do the free trial. So in this case, I'll go with the first one, select done, and there you have your logo. Now you can do this for so many other types of designs. You could come here, back to the home page. You could do the same thing for a flyer. Actually, when you come to create design over here, create design. All right, yes, over here you see all types of should I say templates are available for you. So YouTube thumbnails, presentations, and everything are all available here for you, which you can easily get access to. And the good thing about Canva is you can learn inside of Canva. When you come to the Learn tab, there are courses here for you to watch and learn how Canva works, basic graphic design basics, and even social media related branding and all that's here, tutorials for you to watch. And I suggest that you really take advantage of them to enhance your knowledge. I wouldn't want this video to be too long, but this is just to sort of set you on the right path, get you started on tools you could use to do everyday things like logos, business cards, letters, presentations, and all that. I use Canva a lot for my presentations, and it's really the best. So just to recap, great platforms for editing. You could go with Photopea, you could go with Canva for things that Canva cannot do. For instance, sometimes you might want to actually use the pen tool, to draw up something or sketch up something, which you can really do in Canva. You could easily use Photopea for that. And a few more complex photo retouch and stuff that you can do in Canva, you can easily come and do here. And then there's Behance, where you can get inspiration from other people on logos, business cards, all types of things. And then there's resources, websites where you can find resources like Freepik, Remove, BG, which is good for removing backgrounds, and Pixabay and Pexels, which are all good places to find resources. All right, so what is the next step then in your graphic design journey? The next step then is to learn some more and practice. One simple rule in graphic design is to always keep it super simple. The more complex it gets, the more likely you are to mess things up a bit, unless you really know what you're about. So practice a lot, learn a lot, but most importantly, keep it super simple. And with time, you're going to become very good and you'll be able to do a vast range of designs. Also remember that, like I said in the previous video, graphic design is a very wide field, and you might not necessarily have to do everything in graphic design. Understand what you love to do or what you need to do often, focus on that, expand your knowledge on that, and you should be fine. Once again, thanks so much for joining for this very short training. I know this video has been quite long, but I hope that it's been useful and meaningful to you, and catch you guys in the subsequent tutorials. Thank you.